Exclusive. My baby wasn't alive at birth. Then angels brought them back as our Mirror Christmas campaign continues. EastEnders star Mark Elliott and his best friend, and mum to 12-year-old Sebi with cerebral palsy, Anne Wen, shares how LifeFlight's tech is a lifeline to children, and how a major milestone has recently brought them all to tears as they laugh together. The bond between courageous Sebi Slatter and EastEnders star Mark Elliott is plain to see. To the 12-year-old, who has cerebral palsy, he is simply Uncle Mark. Cerebral palsy is a life-limiting condition caused by changes in the developing brain which disrupt movement control, posture and balance. Mark has been in the youngster's life since birth. He's Sebi's mum, actress Anne Wen's best friend. Mark, 46, made TV history when he became the first openly gay Muslim character in a UK soap, playing Syed Masood, for which he won a British Soap Award. He then went on to star as Dr. Isaac Mayfield in Holby City. The pair met on a production of Dangerous Liaisons in Austria 23 years ago, and Anne describes Mark as her rock. She says, "Our friendship has been based upon laughing in the face of adversity because Mark has literally been there through everything, not just with Sebi but with the loss of my mum and my sister too. He gives me strength." Anne, 52, from West Sussex, who has appeared in Doctors, One Foot in the Grave, Holby City and Inspector Morse, also played Mark's aunt, Aliyah Ahmed in EastEnders. But it's his role as Uncle Mark to Sebi that gives him the most joy. Today he is backing the Mirror's Christmas appeal in aid of LifeFlights. LifeFlights provide life-changing technology to enable more seriously ill children to experience joy and connection. LifeFlights is the only charity dedicated to providing assistive and sensory tech for children with life-limiting conditions and partners with 65 children's hospices and other palliative care services across Britain and Ireland. Of the 100,000 children in the UK with life-limiting conditions, 15,000 currently have access to life-changing tech, but 85,000 are still without it. We aim to change that. Among the tech it supplies is the eye gaze, allowing users to control a device using only their eyes, the Magic Carpet, which projects interactive images including a football pitch, snow and fish, onto a flat surface, and the Soundbeam, which translates motion into music. Mark said, "It's an absolutely incredible cause and every child deserves to be happy and stimulated. Sebi's benefited so much from using tech like the Magic Carpet and eye gaze." Anne says that as a single parent to a disabled child, she relies on the support of friends like Mark to get her through her tough days. "I had a beautiful pregnancy and a home birth. It was all going absolutely brilliantly, but right at the last minute we had an umbilical cord prolapse, which meant that the cord came into the birth canal and restricted oxygen and blood flow to Sebi. It's a 1 in 1,000 chance. Sebi, being starved of oxygen, wasn't alive on delivery. We had to call for an ambulance because the midwife couldn't proceed until we had help. They were amazingly only 2 minutes down the road and arrived like angels. They managed to resuscitate Sebi and miraculously survived. We didn't think he would." The local child developmental center kept a track of Sebi as grew. "I would take him to baby sensory with able-bodied children and, despite not quite knowing what was going on, I could see that things were different for Sebi. I noticed Sebi wasn't holding his head up and was a bit floppy, not like other children his age. Feeding was also an issue. At around 6 months old, doctors confirmed they thought he had cerebral palsy. It was tough news, but once I'd digested it and we knew what we were dealing with, it was okay. I also wanted to discover what cerebral palsy was through Sebi, not through reading about it, as every child is different. So as he was slowly making tiny progressive moves, I was overwhelmed by them. They were beautiful. Sebi was introduced to the LifeFlight's eye gaze when he was 2. Our local child developmental center could see that he was very bright and thought he might be able to use it," says Anne. He now attends Ingfield Manor School in Five Oaks, which provides conductive education and holistic learning system. There he uses the iClick switch tech to allow him to turn things on and have some control, and he can access the Soundbeam to make music. Anne said, "He's doing brilliantly, he has a thirst for learning and absolutely loves school. It's been the best thing. The school is great and it caters specifically for children with cerebral palsy. Sebi loves the kind of tech that Lifelights provides. The first time he went on the magic carpet I cried. It was magical to watch him. Every child like Sebi should have access to this kind of tech. Their lives are restricted for so many reasons, so they should have these extra things that stimulate them and make them happy. Sebi recently got a new walker and he's now taking steps. When he first did that on his own, because I usually hold him under his arms and make him walk, we were all speechless and in tears. I don't know about Sebi's future. I can't look that far ahead. I just know that he's the most amazing, happy little boy and I am the most blessed and proud mother. I owe so much to Mark. He was with me right from the start with Sebi. It's been a huge journey. When I broke up with Sebi's father, Mark was there, as he always had been. Sebi absolutely loves being with Uncle Mark. Their bond is really amazing. Sometimes Mark and I would entertain Sebi, doing tap dances in the kitchen and Mark would pretend to bang his head and mime and Sebi would find it so funny. He really gets humor. Mark said, "I don't understand how Anne has done it and done it with grace, patience, resilience, kindness, love and an unbelievable amount of generosity of spirit. And she's also managing somehow to retain a sense of humor throughout all of this. It's pretty astonishing." To be in Sebi's life is also an enormous privilege as he's an amazing boy and brings us all so much joy. Strictly Seal of Approval or Mirror Lifelights campaign has been backed by Strictly and rugby star Chris Robshaw, along with his wife, singer Camilla Kerslake. They say, "When we heard about Lifelights and how the amazing tech it supplies opens up the world to sick and disabled children, we were moved. The joy and connection Lifelights technology brings to these children and their families is priceless. That's why we are giving our support to the Mirror's appeal to raise vital funds to help more children unwrap the magic of Christmas this year. Unwrap the magic of Christmas. Donate today and unwrap the magic of Christmas for seriously ill children. Donations from Mirror readers will be used to provide seriously ill children access to life-changing technology that will enable them to play, communicate and have fun in ways that would otherwise be impossible. Text Mirror to 70085 to give £10. To donate without receiving further updates, text MIRRORNOINFO. Texts will cost the donation amount plus own standard network rate message, and you'll be opting into hearing more from Lifelights. Donate by post. Send checks made payable to Lifelights, 60 Great Queen Street, London WC2B5AZ. Gov throws support behind Mirror campaign. Science and Technology Secretary Liz Kendall said, "No child should face isolation because they lack the tools to connect with the world around them, which is why I urge everyone to support the Mirror's Christmas appeal." This is a wonderful example of how technology can change lives for the better, giving young people the chance to play, create and communicate with their friends and loved ones. I know kind-hearted Mirror readers will want to back this appeal for Lifelights and help transform the lives of thousands of seriously ill and disabled children across the country.